everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of C14 Dating. The last episode of C14 Dating, actually, I think. Maybe. Unless there's like a Forever Alone ending. I'm not actually sure if there is one. But this is going to be the start of Hendrik's friendship ending, so we'll do a walk around. Sounds great. I'd love to see the sights. What's the errand? I have to drop off some artifacts our museum borrowed for the festival. Luckily, it's not far from the Place d'Armes, Nemours City Square. I think you'll like it there. There's a lot of shops, and it's usually lively on the weekends. Thanks for the offer. When will we go? Saturday afternoon. I'll even pick you up if you don't mind sitting on a towel. My truck's a little on the dusty side. I think I can handle it. Great. Let's give you a real cultural experience before you fly home. Alright, skipping up. Okay. Wow. I can see why you'd rather take the train than your truck. It took quite a while to find a parking spot. Yes. It'd be cumbersome carrying all those artifacts on the train, and I'd worry about dropping them. Thanks for helping. No problem. I thought it was pretty cool for the local museum to let you borrow their artifacts for the summer exhibit. The pedestrian zone of the street was jam-packed with shoppers. All of the buildings were squished together. A mixture of restaurants, boutiques, famous brand stores, small-name shops. We're close to the town hall of Nemours, and this is a very popular shopping center. This is our open sky mall, as we sometimes call it. I know my way around this area pretty well, so feel free to explore to your heart's content. I leaned around the corner, expecting an alleyway, but it was yet another small street, and a bustling one at that. Tiny cafe tables were arranged outside, and I could see strung lanterns woven above. Unless you looked up, you'd think you were in a closed mall with a cobbled floor. And then over here. There's some amazing chocolateries that way. Good choice. I was caught up in the various shops and sights, from the citadel that overlooked Nemours to museums that were even smaller than Callan Cave. I paused by a window and looked inside. The marble floors and columns were impressively polished, and I could spot fancy clothes arranged on tables. It was definitely a high-end store. I wanted to sneak a peek at the latest fashions. Hendrik, can we go in there? Sure. I'm not boring you? I feel bad dragging you around everywhere. Hey, I made the offer in the first place. It's been fun accompanying someone new to the city. It's easy to take a familiar place for granted. Yeah, when I return, I'll explore my hometown more. There's many places that I've never seen before because I have the idea that I can visit any time, but never do. When we entered the shop, we were greeted by a well-dressed woman. Hendrik politely exchanged a few words in French with her, and she left us to wander around. Yay, chibies! Oh, this is cute. Hendrik friendship. I held up a silk blouse in a gentle pink hue. Hendrik, what do you think? What is he looking at? Figures. Like what you see? I can't believe it. Authentic Carrara marble from Italy. I thought it was faux painted, but... Wait, you can tell where it came from? I'm more familiar with the local quarries, but think of a marble's appearance like a fingerprint. If you're familiar with it, you could trace it to... Are you buying that? I glanced down at the blouse's price tag, then felt like I had a priceless Roman vase dating to the 16th century BCE. No, I was just browsing. I meekly returned to the blouse and feigned interest in a few other racks before we got out of there. When we were outside, we exchanged a chuckle. I have a feeling this store isn't visited by college students often. No wonder they can afford authentic marble. And I thought it'd be cute to have a souvenir or something to remind me of my trip here. I don't know much about clothes, but I can show you the best place for dessert. You have to try the crepes or Belgian waffles at least once. What would you like? It'll be my treat. I hate to sound like a glutton, but I want to try both. Actually, I was hoping you'd say that. Buy crepes first, then split a waffle? Yes, I always wanted to go on a food tour. Food memories are the best souvenirs after all. Oh yeah, they sure are. Oh, skipping up. Okay, so this is a similar cutscene to the one that we saw in Hendrik's True Route. But it's slightly different now because we're on the friendship route. So this is her talking about the Neanderthal bones, the ones that were the cave bear bones that were used by Neanderthals for flint. Anyways. You two obviously have a long history with each other. How did you first meet anyway? Oh boy, has it already been over 7 years? I was still working on my degree. It's embarrassing, but I had a fight with my girlfriend, who was also my roommate at the time. I came home quite late and she wasn't happy. Anyway, you're not here for my relationship history. I stormed outside and texted a friend saying that I would be staying over at his place. I was so distraught that I didn't notice I ended up on the wrong floor of the apartment. I knocked on the door and this stranger answered, completely taking me by surprise. At first, Hendrik wondered if he did something wrong. This crying woman with mascara running down her face suddenly appeared before him. I apologized and explained the situation. Before I left, he said that I could at least use his bathroom to freshen up. It was then that I noticed he had a large rock collection on the table. I asked about it, and he was working on a geology paper. And, well, the rest is history. Before I knew it, we were chatting like we had known each other for years. It helped take my mind off the fight. At least something great came out of it. It was a very fortunate mistake. I wish he didn't drown himself in his work all the time. And we've seen this part, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip it. Alright, so now it's the last day, everybody's saying goodbye to each other, and we are now on Hendrik. You'll be fine on your own? Of course. You know me by now. Thanks for showing me around Nemours. We definitely have to do something like that again in the future. I'm contemplating visiting the States at some point. I'll be sure to swing by California. I'm glad this has been an enriching experience for you. He leaned down and kissed my cheeks farewell. Take care, and have a safe flight, Melissa. I waved him off as he drove away, then let out a sigh as soon as the truck disappeared. Already the museum felt eerily quiet, even more so than the usual weekends. This was my last night. Clutching the spare key, I entered the building. It was time to confirm my flights and email my parents the schedule. You got the email from Sherry, right? The email contained the itinerary of this year's field school. Since I was assisting Sherry, she was able to accept a bigger group. Once the field school was finished, I wondered if I could spend extra weeks at Callan Cave. I did. I've never seen so many students arriving from your university before. I guess it's because they'll have another mentor. Yep, now I'll be able to show them the ropes. How's working under Sherry? She's tough but fair. Pretty good. I usually help out with her forensics archaeology class and clean the bones of roadkill for examples. I think I'm doing okay. I admit I'm starting to feel the pressure with all of these high expectations on me. I'll be delivering a presentation at a local archaeology forum regarding Callan Cave next month. Do you need any pictures? If there is any info you're missing, I'll be happy to provide. Thank you. I already compiled the slide, so it's more speech practice at this point. Who are you talking to? Melissa, it's been so long. Rosemary practically shoved her face onto the camera, her body leaning heavily over Hendrik's shoulder. I laughed and gave her a friendly wave. Hello. Where are you two anyway? Doesn't look like Hendrik's apartment. That's because it's mine. We're doing some work in Germany, and he's participating in a geological survey next week. You're coming back, right? How long are you planning to stay? I'll be there for the field school. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do after it's finished. I might remain at Callan Cave until the end of the summer. Rosemary rolled her eyes and flashed a knowing smirk. You know, you've already seen enough of Callan Cave. We should take you to the Bilzingsleben, or I don't. I have no idea what that says. Okay. They're both Paleolithic sites. We're acquainted with the chief archaeologist there, and you could see how it's done at other locations. I I do love the travertine quarry, and Hendrik let out a small ow as Rosemary elbowed him hard, cutting off whatever geology spiel he had. There's more to archaeology than just damp, dark caves. You need to try your hands at both horizontal and vertical digging. Wow, really? That sounds awesome. I'd love to go. Hendrik, can we? Hendrik gently pushed Rosemary to the side so they were both visible through the camera. I don't see why not. I'd like to throw in Veldwood's, I don't know, since it's pretty neat. That's back in Belgium. What is this, a road trip? Well, it couldn't hurt. You haven't seen the Flemish side of Belgium. I could only sit there in awe. I couldn't believe they'd willingly offer to show me around various sites like it was of no trouble to them. Thank you. You two have no idea how much this means to me. It's not often these opportunities come along. Don't get emotional yet. We need to confirm everything, and I'll have to fire off some emails to make sure the sites will accept visitors. Once you know your flight schedule, I'll see if I can squeeze in some workable dates. Besides, we had a lot of fun with you. It'll be nice to spend time together in a more casual setting. None of this mentor stuff. We'll be equals here. That also means Rosemary will be drinking a lot on our trip. Darn right. She slapped his back hard, causing Hendrik to flinch a bit in his seat as she laughed heartily. When you're surrounded by nothing but rocks, dirt, forests, and hills, we need to find ways to entertain ourselves. Not that our careers aren't entertaining enough. We geologists and archaeologists have the best barbecues. Speaking of food, we should get dinner started. Auf Wiedersehen, Melissa. Later. We'll keep in touch, and I'll send you my schedule as soon as it's possible. We exchanged lively waves before cutting off the camera. As I closed my applications, my eyes briefly glanced over the field school guidelines Sherry had sent out weeks ago. Smiling, I clicked out as well. I looked forward to next summer. I had a feeling it was going to be a memorable one. I'm glad that she got closer to Rosemary in that one, but it felt really lackluster. Or is it just me? I don't know. Anyways, I'm not sure if there's actually a Forever Alone ending for this, so give me a second, I'm gonna go look. Okay, so there are other endings. I think there's 2 more endings that I can get, or 1 more ending, and there's 2 different CGs that I'm missing. I'm not 100% sure. But it seems like there is, but it's a little complicated to get there, so I'm probably going to put it off and then eventually come back to it, later on. I've got lots of other games that I really want to play, and I will definitely come back to this, just maybe not right now. So, starting, I guess, tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow. We'll be starting a brand new game, and it's going to be exciting because it's one that you guys have been asking for, and I'm sure you guys are going to be super stoked when you see it. So I'm pretty excited about it. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.